What would happen if we could upload our consciousness to a computer? The short answer is you'd finally have the perfect excuse for ignoring people because now you'd be busy processing data. Well, that's not quite right. The real answer is it depends on what you mean by you. See, our brains are messy, warm, chemical soup factories. Every thought, memory, and sense of self comes from trillions of neurons firing in complicated patterns, modulated by chemicals that sometimes make you cry at cat videos or impulsively buy giant gummy bears. To upload your consciousness, you'd need to map every single neuron and its connections down to the nanoscale and replicate not just the wiring, but the chemical state, the electric impulses, and maybe even the tiny quantum effects. If you're feeling ambitious, let's assume we manage that. Congratulations! You're now a digital you, sort of, because here's the tricky part. If the original biological you is still alive, suddenly there are two of you. One that eats pizza, complains about traffic, and leaves socks on the floor, and another that sits in a server somewhere, probably overheating, answering emails in binary, or both of them you. Does identity split when consciousness is copied? Philosophers call this the teleportation problem, and neuroscientists call it. Now let's talk technical limits. The human brain processes roughly 10 to the 16th power operations per second. That's about 10 million times the processing power of your laptop. And unlike a laptop, your brain is self-healing, energy efficient, but somehow you constantly forget why you walked into the kitchen. If we somehow accelerate Moore's law and build a supercomputer capable of hosting your mind, you might run into other problems. Hackers could delete your memories or replace your personality with something funnier. You could be the first human death by a blue screen error. On the plus side, being digital means you could theoretically exist in multiple locations at once. Attend a meeting in Tokyo while sipping coffee in Paris. On the downside, waiting 3 milliseconds for a memory to load could feel like an eternity when consciousness is streaming at petahertz speeds. So, in conclusion, uploading your consciousness isn't exactly like pressing Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V on your soul. It's messy, complicated, and possibly terrifying. But if we pull it off, the digital you might finally get that long-awaited promotion, explore alien worlds, and binge-watch cat videos forever without ever needing to sleep.